Welcome to Fueling Your Legacy, hosted by Samuel Knickerbocker. Each week, we expose the faulty foundational mindsets of the past and rebuild a new, stronger foundation essential in creating your legacy. We've got a lot of work to do, so let's get started. Welcome back to Fuel Your Legacy, and today we are going to be discussing a super important topic that I've found and discovered over my lifetime. This whole week, we're going to be focusing on it in one form or another. And then on Friday, we're going to have an awesome guest, Scott Wilhite, come on and tell his story about how he really discovered and became intentional about this topic. So without any further ado, the topic is how to live your life on purpose, right? Why is it important to live your life on purpose, and what does that entail? What are some things that we can do every day to intentionally live our life on purpose rather than allowing our life to just happen as it happens? And what's the distinction between living life on purpose and being purposeful about it and allowing it to just happen? And those are some of the questions that I started asking myself many years ago that led me to discover how I specifically wanted to live my life. And actually, it's kind of the whole inspiration of the Fuel Your Legacy brand and podcast. And everything I do is to help people get to the point where they've identified their identity, they're confident enough to go live it, and then they're going and creating the legacy of their dreams, rather than looking back at 60, 70, 80 years old thinking, man, what did my life even mean? And then trying to draw meaning out of all of this, and then maybe you write a book or tell your grandkids, hey, this is why I did all this. And you're doing it retroactively. You're trying to build a legacy or talk about a legacy retroactively, rather than starting now while you're young. Maybe you're listening to this and you're still in your early teens or late teens, but pre-20 years old. Maybe you're 35, 45, 55 years old and you're listening to it. Maybe you're even older and you're somewhere around the 60 to 80 year old mark, right? Either one, all ages, all stages of life are fantastic. And I think to one degree or another, the legacies are going to build on each other, or they're going to morph or grow into something else. But I guess the bigger question that I'm always asking myself is, what are you intentionally doing versus what are you allowing to just happen around you and you're kind of a part of it? And so to that end, that's what we want to talk about, living your life on purpose. What are some skills or things that you've learned on how to do that? So I'm going to take you back to, let's see, I was probably, I think I was 14 years old, actually. We've talked about this on some other episodes. I was 14, and I've been collaborating with my family to find out exactly how old I was. But I was 14, listening to and watching The Secret. This was the first time that I actually started to understand I actually could live my life on purpose. I could actually plan out what I wanted my future to look like, and as a result of that, start to see those things be created into my life and come into existence. And from that experience of watching The Secret, I mean, we watched it probably 2 or 3 times a day for almost a month, really, really ingraining this idea of creation and purpose into our lives. And that helped me create or manifest, or whatever you want to use as a term, a cell phone, a moped, different things on my life. But that wasn't really, that's not where I think everybody, when they start to think about, I could actually create things or live purposefully, then they start going for things because they think things will fulfill them. And what I found, initially I did think that. I thought, man, a thing will fulfill me, or more money will fulfill me. I went out and did summer sales, and I created a bunch of success there and became one of the top sales reps in that company. But end result was, even though I had money, even though I had freedom, I could travel, I went and bought lots of useless things. In the end, it never really fulfilled me to a point where I felt like I was really, really getting my purpose fulfilled. Then I went and I studied psychology in college, thinking, this is how my purpose is, I want to help families. I want to help families with depression, anxiety. I want to help individuals with depression, anxiety. I want to help people from kind of save themselves or save their families from domestic violence, divorce, malnutrition. All these things is things that I wanted to create in the world. And I wanted to create sustainability so that people could actually choose what they wanted out of life rather than just be stuck in a situation permanently. So I went and studied psychology, found out that's not really the route I wanted to go, moved into finance. But end result is I've been focusing on this one small objective, helping people gain greater gratitude, peace, and confidence in their life, help them identify their identity so that they can live a more purposeful life. And in so doing, they're going to eliminate a lot of these cares and struggles, depression, anxiety. All those things are going to kind of just disappear in a lot of cases because they'll have purpose. I think a lot of reasons when I went through my life and I experienced some anxiety and some depression and different things, it really came down to a lack of vision, a lack of sight of where I wanted to go. I mean, there's an old proverb that says, without vision, men shall perish, right? We have to be focused on something and moving towards something. And yet so many people, they aren't moving towards anything specific. They're moving, they're towing the line of what they were told should happen from a perspective of, you should have kids, you should buy a house, you should buy a car, you should live in some place, you should love your family, right? There's all these things, all these narratives that we've been told, stories from our surroundings that we kind of fulfill. And the sad thing is we're fulfilling these and we're doing the things that we think should bring us happiness. But in the long run, they're not bringing us happiness. And the question is why and how do we solve that? And that's really what we're going to be talking about this whole week is how can we live a more purposeful life? How can we create something and create our environment, create our world around supporting our purpose? And that isn't necessarily meaning be disrespectful to other people. And I'm going to use the word selfish. I think that you need to be selfish in that your world needs to be constructed around what your purpose is. And I believe that your purpose was given to you when, I shouldn't say given to you, but you innately have a purpose. And when you can identify what you're offering to this world is, and then you can fulfill that, that's where a lot of fulfillment comes from. Now, happiness is slightly different than fulfillment because you can be unhappy and going through a lot of the pain and the struggle while still having fulfillment. A good example of that is children. I'm not always happy with my children. However, looking at and just watching my children be is fulfilling. And even in the worst of times, looking at them just thinking, man, I helped create that. I get to train that. I've been given the responsibility to guide this child through their future existence. That's exciting to me, and I love the prospects of that. And so living life on purpose, we're going to go through on Wednesday some different things, and then on Friday we're going to have Scott Wilhite talk a little bit about that. Wednesday we're going to be doing a book review on The Happiness Advantage, and really, really love that book. I saw it first in college, a TED Talk of Sean Akers, and then actually went and got the book, read the whole book. It's fantastic. Some things that I do to live my life on purpose, though, just to sum up, like, what is it they were doing? I intentionally visualize what I want my future to be. And I visualize that in as much detail as I possibly can. So visualization, absolute must. Really thinking about and making lists about what are you grateful for. Gratitude has really shifted my whole perspective in life and helped me understand what do I feel that I can add to the world from a gratitude perspective. It's given me confidence to know that in any situation, in any conversation, I have something to add, and that is my purpose. So gratitude, and then really just thinking, maybe writing down what it is that your purpose is. So not only just meditating on it, but writing it out, drawing it up, letting other people know and sharing that purpose to get the support. Because a lot of times you think, oh, I'm going to have to do this on my own. And that's daunting. If you just start to share your purpose with others, and this is what I've found, you find random people coming out of the woodwork who want to support you, who want to help you accomplish your purpose. And that comes from an energy, I think, more than anything. You can have a great goal, and we could say, let's go to the moon. But until there's a reason, until there's an energy, a movement, a momentum to actually get that accomplished, until there's buy-in, it's just a lofty goal. But once you start selling that dream and really are in alignment with your purpose, then I believe that others will see that. They'll see that energy. They'll see the enjoyment. They'll see the happiness that comes from that. And they'll want to support you, not because it's their purpose, but because they want to see you fulfill your purpose. And that's been my experience. So again, meditating or visualizing, create some visions about your future and have them regularly. Write down those visions on paper and make sure that you're actually can get down on paper, whether it's drawing out your house or just describing it on a piece of paper, whatever works. And then lastly, be grateful for where you're at and all the blessings that you do have. And I think that will help you get aligned on your purpose. And then from that, you can go and build around that. And it will just create a lot more happiness and fulfillment in your life. So super excited for Friday. Looking forward to really nailing down and giving some decent nuggets on the happiness advantage. There's no way I can summarize it all. So hopefully you'll get that and go check it out. Just a quick reminder, coming up in October on the 18th and 19th, we are going to be having Strengthen Your World. So if you would like tickets to that, go ahead and text SYL to my phone number, which is 385-263-7699. I'll say that again. It's 385-263-7699. And text the code just SYL, and we will get you the promo code to get a substantial discount to that event. It's going to be 2 days, 18th and 19th. Changed my life when I went to it. It's another one of those things that you just got to be around the right people who have similar goals, have similar focus, and from that you attract people who are going to help you fulfill your purpose. And that's what this event did for me. So I'm super excited for you guys to get registered there. Love to share more with you. If you want to just know more about what it did for me specifically, feel free to reach out and text the same number, and I will be able to answer those questions for you there. So with that being said, we will catch you next time on Fuel Your Legacy. Thanks for joining us today. If what you heard resonated with you, please like, comment, and share on social media. Tag me so I can give you a shout out on the next episode. And thanks to all those who have left a review. It helps spread the message of what it really takes to build a legacy that lasts. Catch you next time on Fueling Your Legacy.